What's up guys, Barry Gaming here, back with some more AFK Journey, and today we're going to be talking about pushing AFK battles. And there's one very specific hero that a lot of people are using to make progression because they're kind of like a hybrid hero, but again it also comes back to their season skill, and that hero is Florabelle. I have absolutely loved this hero since she was released. Even on my free-to-play series, she is literally the strongest hero on our account, and she just gets even better now with this season, because with her season ability, Mark of Agony, increases the damage dealt to target by a certain percentage for 3 seconds after dealing damage to the target with a normal attack. This effect cannot stack, but you can see right here, we're down to 16% already, about to get even further. Kind of crazy to think we actually go past level 400 this season, but hey, it is what it is. But this right here has added some flexibility to it. Beyond that, all of her little sprites that she summons kind of work as a twofold type thing. It works as a bonus damage dealer on the battlefield while also providing additional support on the battlefield, as in the little ones being able to tank, which is really cool. She is a warrior, so the first beginning of the battle, she's actually going to deal additional damage or potentially have some life drain, which is kind of cool. We got it to epic right now, so it's an even stronger version, which is really awesome. And we're going to show you guys some combat and some pushing using this hero right here. So there's a couple game modes where everybody is using her. First off, one of the modes that's actually available today, which is the Alpha Bear. I've been having some amazing luck running her on this one. Not only is she now providing that extra damage, I was actually messing with my teams a little bit. I actually want to see if we can get a little bit stronger of a team kill with Quick Blade spell. I've been swapping my Odie mainly because we need the additional healing on him to keep him alive, and putting him in melee range really isn't the biggest issue. But again, Florabelle with her season ability is going to be really strong, and then there's a potential with her summons to let additional the honey and stuff go to her minions instead, so it can work out pretty good. She summons 2 of them right out of the gate, and then let's see what happens with the Quick Blade spell. I wasn't using the Quick Blade spell earlier. I'd love to see how this turns out, but on my account, Odie works perfectly as a front row tank. The additional healing really does come in handy to keep him alive in the whole fight. I was swapping Coco, and swapping Coco actually was not doing as good for me, so we went to a different strategy. You can see some of those little summons do go down, but she does resummon them right away. And Coco, Smokey is just like a must-have combo here to get things done. Let's see if we can beat our previous record here. We don't go to the very end of the battle on this one because, of course, the bear is really difficult. He does kill off a lot of your allies. Keeping the Odie alive is the most important, and he did go down. So yeah, maybe that artifact not as good. We've had better luck with a couple different ones. I think one of them was Crescent. I think that's the other one. Somehow Rainier is actually staying alive here. Still a decent percentage here. I think our record was a little bit higher though. And you can see Florabelle is providing some damage on top of that kind of support. Yeah, we got to 64% before. We got to 64% using Evocation. We also tried the Crescent. Evocation seems to be the best one, at least from what I've had experience with. But that is Alpha Bear. The one place I see most people pushing now with Florabelle though is going to be in the AFK progress stages, and you only need 1 single copy of her as well. So one of the most popular strategies I've seen right now is essentially something like this. You can of course substitute out the Arden if you need to with someone else, such as like a Brutus, a Thorin, something like that. Alsa's kind of hiding back here too, but this team right here has been like my best combo so far, and in reality I could probably even run Crescent on this team. I just really like the flexibility of Evocation spell. The other thing is putting a Rainier on this team. Even if he's not Mythic Plus, throwing the Aaron to the other side of the battlefield a lot of times can keep them occupied over there. And plus on top of that, this strategy of course does require a lot of Mythic Plus heroes, but that's not too bad. The nice thing is Florabelle does not need to be built up in this situation. A lot of people are using her, and she ends up working out really well in this combat. Her summons will run to the front of the battlefield to take like some heat off of the ranged units here. Meanwhile, you have your other heroes on the battlefield doing tons of damage. Looks like Arden went down like right away, so even Arden wasn't even necessary. Putting like a Brutus in or something like that would probably be more useful. The big part of this was I used to try to keep the Alsa alive as long as possible, but by doing so I was swapping them into the enemy lines. swapping the Aaron is a much better strategy because number one, he feels like a tankier hero. Number two, he's going to be in melee range anyway, and it does buy some more time for your Alsa to get work done. So you can run some other team compositions, and again, the most important part though is getting the Aaron swap. So wherever that needs to be, you need to try to place that hero in that type of situation like this. You can still run like a Thorn and things like that if you really want to. My best luck has been running like Arden though and putting them in the back row. The big thing is we definitely want to get that Aaron swap right away, and even if Reinier goes down like immediately, it's not the biggest deal. He's not providing too much to this team. The whole point is getting the Aaron in there, keeping the Aaron alive, and letting Aaron get multiple ultimates off, while Alsa is just applying tons of boulder damage between the crowd control of like every hero on this team. And again, Florabelle, it doesn't seem like she's doing much, but her summons do provide a lot of cushion shielding to your other heroes on the battlefield, so it's something to keep in mind. On top of that, she does have that little stun right there, which synergizes really well with both Aaron grouping enemies up and having your Alsa on the battlefield too. Now, this strategy does not require Alsa. I just personally really like it with Alsa. In reality, if you have a Carolina, that can work. If you have a Viperian, if you have a Parisa, there's so many AoE damage dealers that pair with Aaron. Let's just be honest, the most important piece of almost all these puzzles is Aaron, but you can see right here, Florabelle putting out all those extra summons does buy time for your like backline heroes to live, because you can see how tanky they can be, just absolutely tanking so many hits. And this is why Florabelle is such a good hero when pushing these AFK stages. It's just absolutely amazing. I'll show you the damage breakdown right here as well. You can see she's actually topping the damage meters when you're comparing her to a much stronger Alsa and a very weaker Arden, so you can kind of see where it goes. But I'll show one more battle here. She's very strong, and again, swapping the Aaron is the most important part here, getting him to the other side of the battlefield. Basically takes them away from wanting to run at your team. Even if he does go down, you have those other summons to kind of soak some damage. Meanwhile, you're doing tons of AoE damage, and you can see how strong Florabelle still is to this day. Everybody that sleeps on Florabelle and say, I got Ceci, I don't need Florabelle, well, that's kind of true, but Florabelle is the better hero. Same conversation I feel like with Alsa and Carolina. It's like, I already got Carolina. Well, yeah, but at the same time, Alsa is the better hero overall. But if you already have a Carolina, do you actually need the hero? No, you don't. But yeah, that's kind of how this situation works out. And you can see Florabelle is just tanking all these enemies, keeping Arden alive longer. Although I don't know if we have the damage output here, because they do seem to keep healing here. If we can get some stuns lined up, we might. Oh no, the Arden went down. Yep, no, this one. These guys are so annoying. Add them to the list of annoying enemies to face. These Dream Mycelind, I don't even know what they are. They are very annoying to deal with. I wonder if I can put you a little further back. Yeah, let's chuck you a little further back. Let's stay with our current artifact as well. He actually didn't get swapped right there. Did we like instant nuke the enemy or something? We do need to get some good crowd control off, but these enemies are really hard to keep locked down. They move around a lot, but if we can keep our Alsa alive, we will win this. And again, Alsa's right in that front row, which does make it a little dangerous. But if she can continue to chain stun enemies and Florabelle can sit there just dishing out damage, as well as Arden doing both damage and crowd control, you can see how this team right here does amazing, even without a tank hero, which I personally really enjoy. I'll show you guys the breakdown one more time here. And that time also had the victory, so you can see how it's very flexible who's doing the damage, but running a zero tank setup is actually not that bad. Stay tuned. Tomorrow we're going to go more highlighting the Arden hero in general, because a lot of people have not focused on that A-level hero, and in our tier list the other day that we talked about only A-levels, he was one of the most important to make sure you got built. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time.